Greetings. Over the past few weeks, we've had the opportunity to observe some HMH lessons and get feedback from teachers. Based on our observations and the feedback, we've decided to create an HMH lesson guidance document. We hope you will find this document helpful in helping your teachers to navigate the HMH lessons. Here's some guidance for the engage portion of the lessons. We know that the HMH curriculum comes with a wealth of resources. On certain days, there are multiple options for teachers to engage students. Our advice is to not have teachers try to complete all of those engage options. Instead, they can implement one and embed the other. For example, the lesson that you see on the screen incorporates academic vocabulary as well as the teaching of a vocabulary strategy. The teacher can use the vocabulary review as the engage, and they can embed the vocabulary strategy into the explicit instruction, or vice versa. The next few slides will contain guidance for the explicit instruction portion of our framework. Tip number one is to use the anchor chart and the accompanying graphic organizer for explicit instruction. In the image, you will see the anchor chart from a particular third grade lesson, and on the back of that would be a step-by-step overview for how to teach that particular skill, as well as a graphic organizer. Another option would simply be to read the selection text and use the questions from the teaching pal to model the skill or strategy. Question one can be the I do, question two can be the we do, and question three can be the you do. Just make sure that the questions that are chosen align to the standard or skill being addressed for that particular lesson. Now, here's some guidance for the lessons. Please make sure that the lessons align to the standards. Some of the lessons may need to be tweaked and massaged a little in order to properly align to our standards. The document that you see on the screen is a document that we'll drill further down into in another video. But this document at a glance will show the module, week, and lessons that each of our Georgia standards addresses. The lessons that are in bold are the lessons that we are recommending that need to be tweaked. The lessons that are not bold are fine as they are. Here's some guidance for planning. The HMH resource has editable weekly lesson plans. These lesson plans outline the lessons that are taught each day over the course of a week. The lessons that are indicated with an asterisk are the skills that will be assessed on the assessment. So these lessons we need to make sure are focused on. Here's a little bit of guidance for writing. Be sure to have a defined writing time on your master schedule. We also encourage the use of WriteScore as the primary resource for teaching writing in grades 3 through 5. Finally, the HMH resource has rich grammar lessons that can easily be embedded into the WriteScore lessons. Here's some specific guidance for kindergarten. Be sure to check the read aloud books and the lesson with a laser focus. Ask, do they meet the needs of the standard or skill being taught? And is explicit instruction evident? What we've seen from our observation of kindergarten classes is that some of the read aloud books do not readily avail themselves to teach the skills and standards that are necessary. So we need to make sure to vet the book to make sure that it will lend itself to the teaching of specific standards and skills. Another piece of advice is to use the questions from the book sticks for modeling and thinking aloud. Finally, comb through the lessons to determine the main focus. One thing that we've noticed about the kindergarten lessons is that they're a little bit more involved than the lessons in the other grade levels. So the main focus can get lost. So it's very important to read and comb through those lessons to make sure that we can stay focused. And finally, for HMH access concerns, please use the QR code that you see on the screen to enter the information of the persons who are still in need of HMH access. This is specifically for individuals who are not linked to a classroom roster within Infinite Campus. Some examples would be principals, assistant principals, instructional coaches. Make sure to put the person's name, school, email address, as well as their role on the spreadsheet. And in closing, we want you to know that we are all in this together. Our aim is to make the use of this HMH resource as seamless as possible. As we gain and glean more information, we will make that information available to you. Please reach out to us and contact if you have any questions. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.